Hi, my name's Kim Hodges and I live at Sawtell on the North Coast. I wrote a book last year. It actually took 5 years to write and 1 year to find a publisher, and it was published in February last year, and it's called Girl on the Edge. And it captures the coming of age years, those adolescent years where I'm looking at identity, whether I belong in a community, whether I feel alienation. I look at some of the undercurrents in the community, such as domestic violence and mental health themes, and it's actually about resilience and overcoming obstacles and reaching your full potential. But I experienced a major crisis in my life at 17, and it comes back to bite in my 40s big time. I'd like to read a couple of paragraphs from the chapter called Losing Control, and it indicates that I'm becoming unwell, and I'm in year 11 at this point, term 1. I began to feel different at the end of term 1 of year 11. Gradually, my body sped up and everything around me had become slower, except for time, which seemed to stand still. I was 16 years old. My capacity to learn began to evaporate, and by second term there was mayhem in my body and my mind. My ability to concentrate in class was non-existent. Something had seeped into every cell of my body. My pulse had doubled, my hands shook if I held them out straight in front of me. I had a racing mind, and sitting still in class was unachievable. I became disruptive, and teachers began to quickly dismiss me from classes. I overheard comments such as, "She's off the rails," and "She's lost it," but never spoken harshly. No one directly asked me about how I felt or what was happening to me. A 40-minute lesson felt like 40 hours. With 5 or 6 lessons in a day, it felt as if I was being required to sit still for 240 hours a day. I couldn't do it. Sitting still in my chair without fidgeting from side to side and rocking back and forth, or shifting my body into strange positions was impossible. With the pen between my fingers, I doodled, drawing shapes and pictures on a square piece of paper, rather than writing neatly in my book. My mind took off in all directions. My legs wanted to run, not to be still under my desk. My body had decided that 40 hours was too long. I was told to sit still, focus, think, and behave for 40 hours. Something was wrong with me, but I could not make any sense of it, let alone articulate it. My body was keeping its own beat, one of chaos and disorder. Without rhythm or sequence, I was unsettled and unnerved. Gradually, my heartbeat sped up until my chest struggled to accommodate the rapid beats. I've come to learn in my life that mental unwellness is really similar to like breaking a leg. If you break a leg, you go to hospital and you get your leg mended and fixed. If you have diabetes, that's a physical illness. You learn how to manage diabetes. And mental illness is really the same. If your mind is unwell, you go and get help. Sometimes it's really hard to tell if a friend's unwell or if you're unwell, because we're really good at covering it up. We might dress the same and behave the same as our friends. We look like we fit in, but we might be feeling really alone and isolated. So if you are feeling out of whack or out of sorts, or like something is really wrong in your life and you can't pinpoint it, talk about it. And a person to talk to is your parents. If you feel like you can't talk to your parents, talk to a friend. Ultimately, you can talk to a school counsellor, and if you don't like talking to a school counsellor, go to Headspace or go to a youth health service and make contact there. And GP, go to your local doctor, and if you don't really bond with them, you don't like them, or they don't believe you, go to another one, and then you'll find a doctor who knows about mental health in detail and will take the time to talk to you. So if a friend approached you and said they weren't feeling right in themselves, or something was wrong and they couldn't pinpoint it or know what it was, or that their thoughts are different, what you could do as a friend is actually listen to them and believe them. They're the first 2 important things. And then ask for help. Try and get your friend to seek help, because if something that's out of whack mentally gets unleft, it can lead to severe unwellness. Google Black Dog and Beyond Blue. They have free resources for young people, books written for young people, and you can learn more.